One, two, one, two, one, two. G nice. What's the word? Where did you go? You went. I was like, G nice. Where did you go?
I
You went to
stepped
go hit the
away.
lights.
Yeah, it was a bit bright in here.
Yeah, yeah. You had to get sexy.
Well, no, I'm already seductive.
The seductive kangaroo.
Yeah.
What is that about?
So I'm I'm making this calendar, right? So I got this calendar that I'm doing for a couple of years. It's gonna be some different things. So the 2024 is gonna be seductive kangaroo, right? So it's just a bunch of pictures of kangaroos just like chilling.
For real, for real.
Yeah,
I seen the two pictures that you sent me. So
that's
you
what
gonna
I'm
make a whole
saying.
calendar of that?
Right.
Man, listen here. I think you the only one with that. Listen, Tasha and I'm throwing like
That's what you
it's
say.
matter of fact, it's gonna be a big shout out to Tasha Teague. Her birthday coming up, the big 50, and she's having a
Okay.
gala at Nikki's spot at the Urban
Oh,
Reserve.
okay.
And so,
Sweet.
it's gonna be a
Good
big thing. They
business.
got like a color thing like pink, turquoise, and I want to say purple. And the guys got to wear black, but
Is
they're
it
gonna have a gala.
turquoise or
So I asked her, did she
turquoise?
I don't know. Whichever the color it is, whichever way you're
Well, there
supposed to
you
say.
go.
You
There you
dig what
go.
I'm saying?
Whatever.
But
Hey,
listen, hey, listen, I sent her a message and asked her, did she want me to bring a kangaroo? You dig what I'm
did
saying?
you?
I wonder how much you want to, yeah, like man, y'all want me to pull up with a kangaroo to get it
Nah,
jumping in
man.
there? She was like,
That
nah,
kangaroo will
we
kick
got a
your
guest
back out,
list.
man. That kangaroo will kick your back out, clean out.
Listen,
Hey, you won't
my
even
little
know what
niece was
happened.
turning Look, my little niece was turning 18. I was like, man, so listen, when I pull up, I said, which one y'all want, man? Y'all want me to bring an alligator or a kangaroo? They was like, no, don't bring that to the party. Like, you
Like
pull
neither
up with an
one.
alligator at somebody party, like, man, like
Hey,
shit. But
this
what's
ain't
been
no
going on, man?
man. Just been at it. Got back from Vegas, did that little thing, and that was solid. Smooth little, go live, and just get on back to the house. And I showed my face, and that's that. Man, just been trying to work
But like,
on.
what y'all be doing out there? I know you said you was like in some meetings. So what's going on? Like, what do y'all
Nah,
got going on down there?
so what was going on is that there was a new software update, right? They did for the billing and the health records, right? So we rolled that out. We did the upgrade install while we were all still at home. It was an all night thing, right? It started at like 8 o'clock and it ran through like 9 a.m. So we had to do that, and we had people testing. And so basically, we just go out there and just sit at the different clinics, man, to see if people have problems. And the less they
Right.
bother you, the better off you are. So we do that. Typically, that'll run. You do the Monday, you do the Tuesday, maybe a half day on Wednesday, and everybody get back to the tip.
There it
So
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. It's
I've
not.
been checking out. It's not what?
No, I
It's
said it's
nothing you
it's
said?
it's not in intensive work. I mean, you're the fire department,
Right.
man. You're there in case something goes wrong. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. I was checking out some stuff too. I got Poop, backstage. I
Mm.
think he just went and got a drink. Everybody got. I got my drink too. Hold on.
Well, that's what we're doing.
For real.
Why
I'm
not,
trying to tell
man?
you.
This is bald head nuts. Come on.
My man, he wants to get his podcast started, so he said he'd be checking us out. Jada Dude,
Okay.
and I just got done cutting them up and shit like that. But listen, I want to show y'all some videos, and then I want to see if I can get y'all opinion on it. You dig what I'm saying? He said he drinking cream soda. Boy, you had hold on. I'm gonna bring Poop
Hey,
Dog in,
man,
then I
that's
got something.
disgusting. What kind of savage is he?
But wait till you see the glass. Like what's up,
Goddamn.
Poop Dog?
What up
You
with
see what
you?
I'm saying? He
Ugh.
came in with the. You notice how he came with the glass and how it was brown. I thought you had like something
But
sincere. But
I
listen, I'm
thought you were
drinking
Cream
really
cream
talking
soda.
soda,
about some
sir.
creep.
Hey, I got to work in the
Boy,
morning. Otherwise, I would have me.
Man, hey, that's
I got some.
disgusting.
boy,
I
this
got
is
some
burgundy
scotch.
grape juice.
Yeah,
Hey,
well, this
hey.
is pale ale,
What you
so
got in
that's
that?
that.
There it
That's
is.
some local Boulevard pale ale. I ain't drinking no goddamn
No.
cream soda, man. You disgusting individual, man.
Hey, I got to go and
I'm
work at
just saying,
five
man, be
five
sensible,
forty
man.
five in the morning.
Get you a Dr. Pepper or something like what cream soda, man. No, that's unacceptable.
Pook, what's
Hey,
been up, man?
I'm offended.
man, just maintain it, man. Straight out the way. Trying to stay motivated.
All right.
Word.
Listen, since we got you here, I'm gonna show y'all these two little videos. I'm gonna play them back to back, and then I want you to tell me what you think about them. Let's rock it.
game. All right, let me try to drop some bumps like Jay-Z. I'm chatting and I'm here till amazed. Got air in my brain and I'm ready to blaze. My rhymes are on point, they like a razor blade. I spit fire like a dragon. My flow is insane, I'm the king of the game. And I never be tamed, got rhymes for days. I'm always on the stage, my talent is real, it's not just a case. I'm here to make you move, to get you up off your seat, to make you feel alive, to make you feel complete. My words are like magic, they make your heart skip a beat. So come on everybody, let's make this moment sweet. I'm chatting and I'm here to make you feel the power of the rap, with the power of the real. My rhymes are like gold to make you wanna steal. So come on and join me. Let's make this moment thrill. All right, let me try to drop some bumps like.
Mhm.
All right, that's one. Here go another one.
Chainsaw and a spiked bat. Eyewitnesses spotted him causing chaos whilst wielding the weapons in an undisclosed location. Authorities warned the public to stay indoors and secure their premises. More updates to follow.
The sound of the chainsaw. 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 Okay, the chainsaw's back. I told you Shady's alive. I was gonna stay away, but the game's all whack. I've been watching from the side, and it ain't all that. Now I'll have to put the spikes on this baseball bat. Clock it back, then I hit a home run. And they're running home screaming while I'm chasing them down the street for no reason except to leave them in a heap of their own broken bones bleeding. And I'm still colder than snow season when it's 20 below freezing. I won't be leaving, but I blow in the breeze. While you're busy smoking your weed, I'll be sowing the seeds with this flow and growing the trees. I'm sharp as the chainsaw, ripping open the seams. Grab the sewing machine, I'm taking over the scene like a ghost on the screen. Shady made a splash, you get the toe in the stream. I've been the best ever since my inception, and this time I'm going in deeper than Leo DiCaprio in his dreams. The sound of the chainsaw. The sound of the chainsaw.
Now,
Yeah.
you heard the first one, so you could tell that the first one he said it in his verse like, I'm spitting it like Jay-Z. And then in
Yeah.
the other one with the chainsaw with the Eminem. Now, this is the problem that Young Guru got. This is a robot. You
Hmm.
dig what I'm saying? Open AI, a straight up robot, and
Hmm.
chat GPT. So
Right.
they basically can take anybody's voice. They can write lyrics. And in the one video, it had the white guy who was writing the lyrics and he rapped it. And
Yeah.
when he put it in the chat GPT or whatever, it sounded just like Kendrick Lamar. You dig what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And so, hold on, I can't hear you, Poop.
I had my mic muted. I said, yeah, they got one that with Jay Z. It's completely done by
That was
AI.
Jay-Z, the first
Yeah,
one.
that was the first one.
Yeah,
You must have went off
Yeah.
to get
yeah.
some
No,
more
so they
cream
got it's
soda.
another one that where the rhyme was actually
There's
pretty
another one
good,
where
but that
Jay-Z
first one
standing
was
up.
trash.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I recognized about both of those is that the flow
Trash
was
raps.
more of a well, it was more of a vintage flow for them, right? So it sounded like early Jay Z, and the M1 sounded like that was pre Slim Shady LP, right? That's kind of what you would expect to hear off of Infinite, right?
Yeah, when he was in
Um,
high school.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's not current. Yeah, they could pull it. I have yet to see or hear anyone that sounded the AI chat bot that sounded current with them. So I know you were going with this. It's like, how do we feel like Young Guru was saying about how it's dipping into what artists are doing until they get to a point where they are being able to match where they are right now and do that? I don't think that's a threat. I mean, come on.
Right. Not just
Who?
yet. Too
Yeah,
early.
nobody is looking for 1998 Eminem. We know it's bullshit, right? That's
Yeah,
my
I
thoughts.
mean,
Yeah, I mean,
oh
it's
yeah,
in
oh,
its
go ahead,
infancy.
Poop. Go ahead.
Yeah, so right. Yeah, right. Right now, it's not a threat right now because they still got some lot of tweaks they got to do with it, and it's not really an established program yet. They tweaking it,
Of
but
course.
eventually, yeah, it's gonna be a problem because they're gonna be
Well,
manufacturing records. See,
look,
they're doing that shit now. Excuse
I
my language.
had the chatbot because I have it pulled up. I had it write me. It wrote me 4 chapters of a Stephen King book, and it was pretty solid, right? It's the solid. I mean, it is the writing style that's in it. So everything is that. They have That's what the colleges
But
and the high schools are going through.
Time out, bro. When you say you had it write you like 4 chapters of a Stephen King book,
Mhm.
so it's not actually his words, but it's in his style of writing.
Correct.
Yes.
So when you read it, what was it about? Was it cool? Was it garbage trash? Or what?
No, I mean
No, it would
it
be
made
something that
sense.
he write.
Yeah, yeah. To me, it was like, okay, I could see this. If I didn't know what it was, I'd be like, this is a excerpt.
Yeah, it's basically because they got all the stuff to draw from
Hmm.
that they go in and kind of puts it together. Basically, it's
Right.
it's Stephen King, but it's not authentic Stephen King.
Hmm.
It's a very it's like one of those good Korean bootlegs.
It's Billy Vanilli.
Yeah,
He said the Korean bootlegs, but yeah,
Right.
because you know in New York, you know
The
the
words
Koreans
be
have the
all
good
off and
bootlegs.
everything,
Yeah. Oh,
but it's
you know,
there.
you talking about the karate flicks, but no, the one bootlegs where they really looked at like the movies, and it just had like at the bottom, "Do not duplicate," but it was the
Oh
real live
yeah.
movie.
Well,
You know, with
yeah.
some of the black bootlegs, somebody was in the movie theater,
They
you
yeah,
see
holding it,
shadows,
people walking in
yeah.
front of them
yelling
and
and
everything,
talking. It's
Yeah,
like, oh
people
man, you
you
laughing.
was
hear
in the
side
movie. You listening?
conversation. Hey, somebody give
Yeah,
me some juju
everything.
beads.
But you ain't care
And
though.
I was in there with one dude while he was in there taping the movie. I mean, he's like, "Hey man, can y'all be cool?" Like, man, hold on, fam. We done paid our money. Anybody got to be quiet because you trying to get money. And he got his
Right.
whole camera sitting there like early in the afternoon, early in the morning. Like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He going. He had a
okay.
mad day.
That's how you do it though,
So,
because you know, ain't nobody else in there. It's just him and the people in the back, and they don't care.
Yeah.
Loco Los, what's up,
What
big
up,
dog?
Los?
Loco Los
What
was
up?
saying like, who was the first one? The first one, man, was a chat GPT, and I mean, you could tell the voice wasn't all the way Jay-Z. And so the reason why I was bringing this to the table though is because as I was studying up on it and like what it's doing though, you dig what I'm saying? They said that even kids, they can take it and they can get the answers to their exams, bro.
That's what I was saying a minute
Yeah.
ago.
Oh yeah.
That's the concern that they
Yeah, like,
have, is that exams and having to write papers for them. So they don't know what
mhm.
they typically will look
But I'm saying like,
for
but this is the
plagiarism,
thing.
but there's no
But
plagiarism.
okay, but here's the thing.
Right.
So like, okay, you asked it to write 4 chapters of Stephen King.
Yeah.
What if somebody else said, what if I said the same question? Would it print me the duplicate same thing that it gave you?
No.
It'll give you
Nope.
something else.
Something
Yeah.
totally different. Well, it wouldn't be totally different,
How
but it
does
wouldn't
it?
be the same word. So like he was saying, it ain't no plagiarism.
Right.
But it wouldn't be verbatim. It would be similar, but it wouldn't be verbatim.
Boy, do you see where the world is going?
Uh,
You dig what I'm saying?
hey, nobody can
You-
stop technology. You just
Yeah.
can't.
Hey, you see
and it's on.
Terminator?
Right.
Yeah,
It's only a matter
yeah.
of
But
time,
he
man.
said he seen one A1 that was actually signed to a label. Somebody said that
Oh yeah, yeah. I know one.
little baby was about to sign one
No, I know.
that
Yeah,
was signed to a
the
label.
one dude that they signed. Yeah, and I swear he wasn't horrible.
But what do you mean? But how can they sign him to the
Man,
label though?
it's a machine, so they basically sign in who created him.
Anything that he put out, he signed. He the artist, so they get all his money. You dig what I'm
Well,
saying?
he don't
He my
need any
artist,
money, right? I mean, yeah, they. I
right?
mean, yeah, he don't need no money. There's no
You might as well
overhead.
just let him be your ghostwriter then. If you think he that dope, let him be your ghostwriter.
Yeah,
You
I
dig what
mean,
I'm
can you
saying?
imagine doing shows where they're just like a screen? It's max headroom, is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. That's basically it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's really like what we seen back during that time when that was out. You know what I mean? Now we really stepping into this futuristic type thing. You dig what I'm saying? He said he had a whole album and
yeah, he
everything.
did.
Yeah, that's
He
what I'm
did.
saying. And so at the end of the day, I think Little Baby said that he was about to sign one. You dig
Well,
what I'm saying? And
the
so
the problem
it's like,
people have with it is that dude was saying nigga a bunch in this shit. The robot was,
right.
and that's where it just
But I
got out
mean,
of hand. They like, nah, we can't have that.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work.
Yeah. That's it's
so they
gonna
got
be.
mad at the robot for
They got mad
saying
as
the N
hell at
word.
the. Yeah, they did. They got mad as hell at that
Hey,
robot. Hey, they was gonna pull up on
Like
that
who
robot.
programmed the robot to do
Exactly.
that?
And it's some
Who
white dudes.
programmed the
So
robot to say?
it's some white
oh,
Yeah.
dudes that
hey,
program it. So you like, wait a minute, like,
somebody from
no,
Alabama, Mississippi.
nah, it's some
No,
dude from
if he said, but
Silicon Valley.
Yeah, well, same thing. Ain't
But
too
at
many
the
of
end
them.
of
They
the
ain't
day,
trying to
they
let us in
already.
Silicon Valley.
But I just can't understand how each one is going to be able to be different. You know what I mean? Because they said that where one of the problems is that most of the information that has got up to so far is from like 20 to 2021, I think. So it can catch up data from all of that. So what it does, it goes back and it snatches up everything. It can pull
Yeah,
up anything. So
it's too many
kind of
data.
question.
Reason,
Right. But I
reason why
know.
there's too many data points for it to reference. You know,
But
It-
look, I could speak like you, Bear. I know your cadence. I know. I mean, how many years, right? I know what
Right.
you would say based on any situation, and the computer operates the same way. All they are doing is taking certain parameters in inflection,
discovering patterns.
yeah, the patterns of what you speak, how do you respond to certain things, and it's just throwing it out there and putting it in ones and zeros, right?
Say
But
what
I,
you say
what I
the
think,
new
what I'm saying,
buzzword
what I'm
is
trying to
figuring
say.
out your algorithm. That's the
Hmm.
new buzzword.
But
Figuring out your
but
algorithm.
Algorithm.
who's is it picking up though? I mean, is it picking up you personally? So if
If
you buy one and you get the program, whose is it picking up? That's what I'm saying.
Its own. I mean, whatever you feed
Yeah.
it, whatever the operator's feeding it, that's what it picks up. And it, like I said, there's so many data points out there that it can draw. It's basically a brain.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, okay, I'm taking
Whatever
to
you
what G
feed
Nice
into it,
said,
like a
like, okay,
child, like a newborn, it don't know nothing until you
but I'm
feed
saying, how
that
do you feed
information
it?
to it.
You feed it by telling it what it needs to go search for. So basically, think of it
Okay.
as a Google that is super
So
responsive,
Google, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to get to.
a
That's what
supersonic
I'm trying to
Google,
figure out.
a
Yeah.
supersonic
So it
Google.
says you tell it write a song like Eminem. It's gonna go through and pull everything on the internet that it can find about Eminem and try
Off
to
of
piece
Eminem.
together something that
That's what
sounds
that's
like it
what I
would come
mean.
from him. Right.
That's what I mean when I say it's got so many data points to
Yeah.
pull from because it's going to
Absolutely.
search everything on that you pull up, everything that's out there that's in the universe that's in on the web, like
For sure.
that and so many people put so much false stuff out there, and that's going to be the danger because you don't know what's real and what's not because
Well,
you didn't get no
yeah.
checks and balances
Well, that's and you have the
with
whole
anything.
the deep fake, the pictures, and putting and
Photoshop,
twisting people's words and making people believe that this person actually said that when
yeah,
that's not what he
altering
said.
videos now. I mean, you
Yeah.
see, I mean, it's
Well,
wicked out there, son.
and it's affecting the government. I mean, people, when you see something, we're not conditioned to not believe what our eyes see us, right? We can ignore what our ears say and be like, that's it. But when our eyes show us that, we are very, very programmed down to the reptilian level to believe that that's there. I mean, if you see a lion, you're gonna be like, that's a lion, and I see it with my own eyes, so I need to acknowledge that that's that. And this is taking all that away. You could look at somebody standing right there on TV, and start a mouth could start moving, and it's not what that person said in that area.
Is think about go back to Coachella when they did the hologram of Tupac. People actually thought that was Tupac on that stage,
Well, I
but
don't
it
know
was a
who stupid
hologram.
people that was. I mean,
Yeah, well, you got those.
that's
Hey,
unfortunate right there. I
don't
mean,
act like they ain't out
Right.
there.
yeah, but I mean, they need like handlers
Some
or
folks
something.
actually thought he was still. They think that man in Cuba.
Well, those people right there, I mean, there's a certain demographic that believes in that, and most
Yes,
of them don't leave their
Yeah.
couches,
yeah,
and
they
they
living in their
But see,
mama's
this is the
basement.
thing.
and they watch late night commercials for being a CNA.
Hey,
Hey,
they
but
buy that
listen.
Peter
So
Popoff
what it
water.
basically,
Hey,
but what it basically
why they
boils down
blow?
to,
buy that Peter
what it
Popoff
basically
water.
boils down to,
Right.
is that it's reinforced learning human feedback. And so
Hmm.
this is the thing that I think that's gonna happen, bro. It's
What
it's
up?
gonna crash and it's gonna cause a big disaster. You dig what I'm saying? Especially with the way that these kids are now, with the way the technology is. This is a disaster in the making, fam. And I'm telling you, because at the same time, right now, while Guru he's hesitant about what it's doing right now, because next thing you know, when they get to the point where they start tampering in there with like music or somebody dropping some other stuff and you can't tell what's really real and you done went and bought some, you know what I mean? Some BS, somebody got a stream or try to drop like a jam and say, oh, this is Eminem new hit. It's gonna be a problem, fam. I'm
Well,
trying to tell you right now. So
that's no. I mean, then they go after them for copyright. No different than anything else than somebody selling a bootleg. They'll go after them for it. Yeah, they're gonna have to go after a lot of people more, but that's just where we are. Ain't no going back. There's never any going back on technology. Once it's out
Yeah, I
here,
can already tell
it's
that.
it's out
Yeah,
here, right? It exists,
right.
and it's all up to us to adapt, and figure out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the game has changed. This is what it looks like now. What do we need to do to get ahead of it? And that's all. That's the whole thing. Is humans are trying to stay ahead of technology, but we're running into a spot where technology is getting better than
Look,
us.
look,
Yeah.
look.
Hmm?
Okay, check this out.
Yep,
Nicole
that's
says, "Yep,
exactly.
you can also search appropriate replies for message businesses
Yep,
and personal. Will
resumes,
draft whole thing just needs a
cover
little
letters.
info. You dig
Yep,
what I'm
cover
saying,
letters. They'll draft every. It'll do everything for you.
Write your whole paper. You ain't got to do no work.
Yeah,
bro? Is it dinner time at your house? Cause
I
what
mean,
did you just go get?
Oh, a big honey hot chicken sandwich from what's it called?
Yeah, bro.
Wingstop.
hey man, you're supposed to wait for dinner, man. We do dinner after.
Man, I just got off work, bro.
You gonna do dinner in the
Yeah,
middle of the
well,
podcast, man?
Hey, that's what's hot in the street.
It's not. That is not what's hot in the streets. Uh,
but you know something else I was thinking about though too.
what up?
I think that the school curriculum, the way that they doing like technology and stuff like that, they might as well go ahead and change that. I think they might as well change it to, how long you gonna keep them in there. Because listen, if you think like if you look around, they shut down more schools and they build more prisons. You dig what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so what do you got these kids in here for if you trying to shut it down? You give them this technology. If you ask like one of the kids like today, every time I get them in the chair, I'd be like, like how old are you? Or like, what grade you in? If you ask them do they got homework, they'd be like, no, they'd be like they do it in school now. I never have you ever heard of that? It's like we used to have like so many assignments. It was
But
crazy.
I don't
Now
think
they
they
do it on their
need
laptop or
right,
yeah.
but I don't think they need homework. I think that is something that is overrated because you're making them these kids go to school
Look at him
all
go.
day long. Now, he gone man, he gonna get his
Yeah,
ass kicked out of here.
yeah.
All right.
Hey,
So
we'll come back to you folk in a minute.
yeah,
Eat your
you
food,
finish
man.
you
We'll come
finish
back
your
to you.
meal, man. Finish your meal. But
So this is
we
what I was thinking. Real quick,
expect
let me give you this
all
idea
right,
because I want you to speak on this though.
for
So
sure.
listen to this. So you figure by the time a kid go through junior high and okay, when they get to like college, most of the times it's it's like okay then they get a chance to pick these classes like say for instance after they get like so many credits if you up to par like what I mean your freshman your sophomore year when you become a junior or a senior you dig what I'm saying you can pretty much coast and kind of like pick classes of things that you like to do you dig what I'm saying and so I'm thinking like listen how much math is it do you actually need you know what I mean in the world that you're going to that's full of so much technology so
You don't.
now we at the point where we got these history books but what kind of history are you teaching them where you know what I mean now we didn't already had a black president we don't want them to forget about stuff but stuff like that I'm talking about some of the stuff it ain't even valuable out here no more to the way that they acting
Well, what they teach, the curriculum has not changed in forever, right? So you know what they
at
do?
all
They give
right
you bits and pieces, right? So when you in kindergarten, they like, oh, America was formed, right? And then the next year they start talking to you about Columbus, bullshit like that. And then they slowly but surely give you more of the bullshit until you get up, right? Math is unnecessary unless you want to be a math professor or you want to be a programmer. Other than that, I mean, you only need to know how
I
to
think you
count.
should have the basics yeah I
Well,
think you
no,
need
I'm
the
just
basics so
saying
you
you
can
just need to know how to
yeah
count.
the
But how do you use
exactly
algebra?
but
Do you
yeah
use algebra?
algebra.
Do you use it?
You dig what I'm saying?
How about
Yeah.
geometry?
I'm just talking about, you know what I mean? Yeah, like
Nobody
you would have to
uses that
actually be
shit.
at a job.
That
Right. You have
requires
to be
it,
at a job
right? But as
that
far as
requires it. And
the
so
homework, the homework thing is it's really jacked up that that ever was a thing, right? Because these kids are at school all day long doing their work. It's the equivalent of somebody.
being at a job.
It's kind of like what they expect salary workers to do, right? you are
Right.
on for these hours, but you're supposed to be available and you're going to work longer if you need to. So kids don't even get an opportunity to be kids much anymore, right? They have them at school all day long, and every single class they have is bogging them down with homework. By the time they get done, I mean, they've had dinner, and now it's like 9 o'clock, and their day is shot. But what is it really teaching them? What is doing homework teaching them beyond what they're getting in class? That's the question. What is the purpose?
Okay, everybody that's online, tap in what you think about homework, what you think about the school curriculum.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you, man, I think it should be the main thing, the main thing. The things, the necessities that
Oh,
they
of
need
course.
to survive in the world. You know what? I also think that they need a common sense course. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
Because a lot of kids don't got common
Well,
sense. You
well,
dig
ain't
what
no
I'm
sense
saying?
in that. You can't teach that. You either got it or you don't.
Well,
I
well,
mean,
I'm talking, but you can give them a few cues. You got to have somebody that's in there that can give you, you know what I mean, a few cues on life
well,
and about how to deal with certain,
but if
you know what I
people
mean?
don't have
Because
common
it's some
sense, they can't. They ain't
shit.
gonna take those
I mean,
cues.
common sense ain't that common. You
It's
dig what I'm
not.
saying?
And
Common
that's
sense
my
just ain't
point.
that common.
And that's
And
my point.
at the end of the day, it's like, man, right now I feel like that's one of the reasons why they departing. You dig what I'm saying? And they leaving the schools, and then you seeing like kids like drop out. Now I still I try to root for them, anybody to like stick in it, stay with it, man, because I wish I would have did the right thing, because I know now that when you out here in the workforce, school was really prepping you, you know what I mean, to have that work ethic, to be able to start a task and finish it. You dig what I'm saying? And so now it's just like I don't get it. You dig what I'm saying? I see him out here, when you talk to him, it's just like, oh man, it's kind of hard, because the way that we went to school, that ain't what they doing in school now. And so now you trying to get him a conversation, and you trying to see where you can give them that boost. And it's just like, shh, man, they got so
Well,
much different stuff now. It's like shit.
well, there are a couple of factors at play with that. One, they see so many ways that they could make money. With school isn't important at this point, right? They could be an influencer. They could make hundreds of thousands of dollars just by advertising and wearing a certain brand of clothing, right? They can do that. We didn't have that. It was either, if you want to be wealthy early, you either sell dope or you're going to be a rapper. That was it. There weren't people forming their own companies. We didn't see that, like people coming out and creating things and moving forward. I mean, who did you know that was a billionaire back then besides, all right, Bill Gates? Shit, he might not even have been a billionaire. Well, he was.
When you
All
talk
right.
about when we was back in the
Yeah,
days,
when we were
only
shorty, but
person I knew, ooh,
was
Bill
Trump
Bill Cosby and Oprah.
and Trump.
Yeah, or Bill
But
Cosby and
yeah,
Oprah.
but that looked,
Yeah,
but they didn't look like us. They were
right.
of a different generation, but we didn't see anybody that was us that was doing it. The only people that we saw that were doing it and even trying to get to that level were rappers. Um, but these kids have such a huge range of people that are making a ton of money. So when we tell them you need to stay in high school, they look at us like, "Pff, you're dumb. You're an old cat. You don't understand how it is." But they don't get the fact
Well, see,
that
for one though, too, you see, they got social media now, so you got people that's
that's
coming
what
up
I'm
off of
saying.
TikTok videos.
That's
You
what
dig
I
what I'm
just said,
saying? And and
sir.
and
Do you
and they
not
smart.
listen to me when
But
I
like,
talk?
listen, no, I'm talking about no, listening to what she's saying. I'm about to read you this quote.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
It's changed a lot. A lot of more college gear, technical focus, more what do you want to do? And there it is. So based on the point
I
that you was
respect.
talking about,
Yeah.
can they give them something that's gonna say, okay, try to figure out which way you gonna go? Because I mean, I'm saying,
Well,
all right, check this out. This dude was saying one of the things that used to happen like back in the day, and it's kind of like on the point of where we at now to what they doing now. But listen, when you used to go to high school, when you graduated from high school, they gave you like classes for like plumbing. They gave you classes on how to be a janitor. You did what I'm saying. So when you came out of high school, you was already focused. There was automotive classes and stuff
hmm
like that. So as you
wood
came up out of
making,
high school,
electrical.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? And so now if it is like TikTok or this and that, you got to incorporate some of that and try to figure it out on how to do
Well,
it. You know what I mean? Even though you know,
I
so
get that,
like it's
but I
like
think I think there are some bare minimums that they need to teach them. I mean, I feel like as parents, our responsibility first is to make sure that we were sending viable people out here to be adults in the world, because they need to be able to function without us, right? And there are things that will always be the same, right? You need to learn how to wash clothes. You need to know how to wash dishes. You need to learn how to cook and clean a house. You need to be able to do all those things. That's bare minimums, right? And anything else is there, but these kids don't have that, right? You
But see,
know,
okay, so now time out real quick.
mm,
This is what I was trying to say you on a line of common sense. Now we know common sense ain't that common, and a lot of it has got to come from the crib. But I'm telling you, like right now, a lot of people that's at 18 or 21, you're not really with an adult mentality. You dig what
Well,
I'm saying? So now you need to really start telling kids, you know what I mean, on how to function and the importance of credit, or how to, you know what I mean, do a resume, or how to go to a job interview, how you going to talk when you go to a job interview, stuff like that. And giving them keys on how the importance of paying bills. You dig what I'm saying? I don't know how the curriculum would look, but it's got to be something different than what the hell they getting now.
yeah, they
Because
don't
what
need
they getting
well,
right now,
they don't need to teach them how to write in cursive, so they can't even
well,
sign
they
their
don't write. These
business
kids don't
contract.
write. Who signs their name? I
come on,
refuse to write a check. If you
that's
want me to
hard.
write a check,
No,
you're
I
not
mean
getting
it
paid.
ain't about writing a check, but you can't even sign a damn contract. That still
Where do
require
you
your
have to do that
signature.
though?
Any
Where do you
legal,
have to do that? It's
any go to
everything
the
I
hospital. Go to the hospital and do any type of procedure. You got to sign something.
guess what?
I'm telling you from
Or when you go open
They
up a
don't
bank account, when
care.
you go do something business wise, you dig what I'm saying?
you
Nowadays,
got to
if you
put
have to
your John.
go
You
in there,
still
you have
got
to
to use
sign
your
a
John
contract,
Hancock.
Guess
and
what?
you still have to
My
give your John
signature
Hancock.
is unrecognizable.
It don't matter if it's
No,
recognizable, but you know how to sign. You know how to use cursive. You know how to put your John Hancock on that paper. Go to the hospital and got to get some type of procedure done, and don't sign it and see what happens.
well, what they gonna do is they're just gonna write it. They're just gonna print it out. But big deal. They don't
So what they
care.
doing? They printing their name now?
Yeah, they print their names. That's all they know how to do.
No,
Are you serious?
you
Dead
better not have
You
ass.
no
sit up there
procedure
printing your
done.
name.
I hope
Yeah,
you ain't
Like,
got to have no
are you,
procedure
man?
done.
You gotta be
I
kidding me,
guarantee
dog.
you, you're gonna need a
Man, I've
John
been locked up
Hancock.
for so long right here.
Or
man.
somebody better
Well,
learn how to sign your name if you're going in the hospital.
guess
I'm dealing
what?
with that right now with Kendra
Anything I
all day
sign,
long. When you come to
anything
the
I
medical,
sign, you can't see.
it don't
You
matter
don't
if you
even
can
know.
read it or not. That's the thing. It don't matter, but they're not gonna take no
Exactly.
print.
So just scribble a bunch of bullshit, right? I mean, who cares? I can't feel anything in my index finger, so that creates
But
issues with
don't
it.
get
So,
sick, my bro. That's all I can tell
oh,
you.
dude, I've been to the doctor, but guess what? Guess what you do? You go online, you do your intake, everything there, and then when you
When,
go in
when
there,
it's time to fill out that billing paperwork, you're gonna need a John Hancock.
you don't need to though, because you've already uploaded your insurance information. You've
You still
uploaded
gonna
a,
need that
a
John
debit
Hancock.
or credit card
I'm
on
telling
it.
you, what I know, not what I heard.
What do you mean,
Because
dude?
I'm going through it every day with even
I
Kendra's 2
understand,
years
but this
old.
is my
I'm telling you,
career. This is
dude,
my
I'm in the
career, though.
same field.
Mm,
I'm in the IT field. You just on the medical side, but I'm in the same field.
Then what are we talking about?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're gonna
I'm
need
in,
that
I'm
John Hancock.
I'm in the health IT field, so I think I'm a little more versed in this than
Ah,
you would be on this situation.
not
That's all
no,
I'm saying. Yeah,
not
I know you've been to
necessarily.
go.
Because like I said, I deal with.
Yeah.
Oh, he can.
Loco, I need to know what you was talking about when you said uh that's a non-factor nowadays. Now watch this. Nicole said something about like credit. Okay, I think credit, you should teach credit in high school.
Oh
I
yeah,
think you need to
definitely.
Yeah,
I
start
mean,
teaching
teachers,
credit.
yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
Absolutely.
I think that's got to be fundamentals. You dig what I'm saying? I think that you should
Financial
teach
management.
kids. I think you should teach them the fundamentals of going to jail and going to prison. I think they should give them a little bit of law in school.
Well,
Like,
that was
okay,
called
about breaking laws.
that
Civics.
was called Scared Straight.
No,
You
no,
remember what we
that's for the
said?
kids. That's for the kids that's already over there. And
No,
then
we used
now
to
you
see
want
it
to go
they
tell
had it
them
on
to
TV though, right? If we
See,
watched
but
it on
do they
TV,
even teach civil
man,
civics
that didn't scare
anymore?
nobody.
well,
Them,
American
no,
them,
because
government
it's
them,
not.
them
anymore?
kids was in there talking crazy.
Well, yeah, they
What?
was because them the ones. I mean,
They
they
was
already
teaching
made
what?
it there.
Do they teach government, American government, or even civics anymore?
No
I don't.
civics,
I don't.
no civics. American government, of course, is an elective, right? And they don't even
Yeah,
present that to you. Well,
yeah,
even back
but
They
then,
need to have
you
a.
had to
They
be
need to
11th. You had to be in 11th grade before they
listen.
would even
yeah, it was
touch
a
you.
They need to have a
requirement.
mental health course in school. They need to have a mental health course in there that checks and have kids. You dig what I'm saying? To be able to talk about mental issues and stuff like that, because you never know who might leave the school and go get a gun and want
You
to
mean
come back and
like,
kill up everything.
so that's called the nurse's office or a counselor?
But we understand that though, Mister. But I'm just saying, what we trying to
Why
tell
you
you
gotta
is
call
that
me
the
Mister?
the the curriculum
That's
that's going
lightweight
on like right
disrespectful.
now. But you a Mister, ain't you? You been Mister Greg Young.
I
Listen to
am,
me.
but
I'm
when
saying, but listen, you saying go down to the nurse's office. A lot of kids ain't going down into the nurse's office, man. A lot of
that's
kids
why I
is in
said
school
counselor.
and listen, but they, man,
They got
who
to leave
talked
a
to their
message.
counselor? Nobody. Who talked
Well,
to
Hey,
their
yeah,
counselor? I know I
nobody
did.
did. Nobody did.
maybe
Right.
hey, you know what
But
their
these,
purpose was.
but you're asking a teacher to be a
I'm saying
therapist.
no, 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 not to be a therapist, but I'm talking about to maybe form like some type of class and say, hey, this is what you need to do if you feel like this is what's going on, and talk about it and make it. I want to say to a place where people, because you know, kids ain't gonna never tell you their business. They ain't gonna never tell you what's going on inside of
Right.
their life. But at the end of the day, y'all got them inside this building. And I think it's just BS, bro, that's being taught. Cause ain't it's I don't see what's I ain't gonna say the whole thing is the whole everything is that, but I just don't see it working. Not as
Well,
today. It ain't
A
seem
lot
like
of
but you
breaking
got
sensitivity.
to
bad to the
Everybody's
understand.
sensitive now.
Well, no, I mean, on top of it, you got to understand the reasoning behind the curriculum.
the
Bush, did
No
that.
child left behind.
W, exactly. And what he did was based, he made that any funding that these schools would get from the government were based on these dumbass tests that we know are culturally biased. And so that's how you get kids pushed along. This is the reason why these kids get to retake these tests over and over again until everybody is presenting a good grade, because it affects how much money they get to feed kids, for
that one
supplies.
issue, no one left behind.
Yeah.
I get
So
it.
if they don't get that money for the school, it puts the kids in a worse spot, right? So they're forced to teach certain things based on what the federal government says.
They start
The
teaching them
kids
the
don't
test
agree. Let's talk about that goddamn dumbass Common Core. That's some bullshit.
with the
That's
purpose. I don't even know what the
Okay,
purpose
so
of that. The way they teach them math now.
it don't even make sense. Johnny walked down to the bus stop. The bus usually comes at 7:30. It was super sunny, 75 degrees that day. Johnny, yesterday when he left, he wore red shoes. Today he's wearing white shoes. How many kids does Johnny's mother have? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like,
First
I
off,
don't know
where
how
do
to
I
answer your
start?
question. Right. Where do I
What's the
start?
question?
Really the question was 1 + 7. Like, come on. Just say what you say and then let me answer.
Get straight to the point. They be taking scenic routes,
Man, and they're like, okay,
GPS
we're trying to
reroute.
teach problem solving and all that. Like, no, nobody is doing it. And then you battle that shit for like 5 years, and then the kids get to be about sixth grade, and they're like, you can go back to teaching them the way you did. And you're like, I
You
got
just
to
missed their whole thought
deprogram
process.
their ass, though. I got to deprogram these kids to teach them what was simple from the beginning. But they're only teaching that because the government says they have to. And it's their funding. And if there's no funding, the teachers never get a raise. So it affects it. And they don't like it. Teachers hate it.
yeah,
Every teacher I've spoken to can't stand it, but they just have to do
Yeah.
what the job tells them.
On the case in point, look at
I
the
know some. I
difference
know.
being there in Devonport. Look at the
Yeah,
difference between Bettendorf and Devonport, what they spend per child in the school,
Yeah.
in the classroom.
Well, that's money. It's
yeah. I
property
mean, I get
taxes,
that.
but that's different.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
at the
but
same
it's
time,
all
yeah.
tied
Well,
in
I
though
mean,
with that funding.
but you take what Davenport is getting, and then versus inner city school like Nap or Chicago. It's like it's disgusting. You dig
Night
what
and
I'm
day.
saying? So yeah,
Well,
and
it's
so at
all
the end of the
about,
day, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I get it. It's the curriculum and stuff like that. And but you know what they are shoving in there though? They are shoving your opinion on what you want to call yourself. So you can go to school and you can be like what you identify as. You dig what I'm saying? You get a right to choose that as an elementary student. You
Mhm.
know what you
I
identify
think,
as.
that's entirely different than a curriculum. That's just
But
dealing
I'm
with
sitting
people being who they
fucking their
are.
head up.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I don't
I
know.
still think that's
You know what? I will tell you, um, as father of a soon-to-be 17-year-old boy. He's grown up in school with gay kids, trans kids, all of that, and he ain't gay. It's not like this is making people be like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. No, it's just, hey, the world is full of dealing with people that are different than you. That's just the reality of being an adult. But you don't get to dictate how, now on that, I do understand that there are a whole bunch of things out here that are not going to make sense to us. There's just a whole lot of options that I don't get. I don't understand these options. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? What is a they? I don't understand it, but hey.
I don't remember too many transgenders while we was going through school, but we had a lot of folks that we already knew was living an alternative lifestyle. And like I said, what they did, what they did. It didn't affect us.
I can remember a few that, I can know of a few that came out of high school and after that.
Right. That's what.
So
right.
yeah. So what's the difference in that? You can't fault people for not speaking about something that was completely unacceptable back then, right? They existed. They existed. They were just quiet. And all the teachers are saying right now is like, yo, all right, do you. And it's not just the teachers. The jobs are doing it. You got pronouns for it. But at the same time, a lot of people will say that we shouldn't do that. But they are all for the Bible in school, teaching Easter.
What was wrong with that?
What was wrong with that?
Nothing. The schools was a lot more safer back during that time.
So you're talking about safer. Schools being safer. Guess what?
Yes.
Everybody
listen, I remember when I was in elementary, we used to pledge allegiance to a flag.
Of course, which was unacceptable as well. It's weird. Nowhere else in this world do they do that other than probably North Korea. They don't do that. They look at you like it's weird. These other countries look at us like we're weird for doing that. Like, what kind of crazy Hitler youth shit is this?
Why do we have to worry about another country that ain't even doing better than us until we done broke ourselves down? It's like now America done went so wild and went so left. That's the reason why we effed up right now, because we.
But what you just said, why do we have to worry about another country that's not doing is what I was saying to you. They're one of the only countries who operate like the United States used to, as far as pledge allegiance.
Korea,
absolutely.
You as far as
but you said that they look at the countries look at us like we're crazy. Like
they do. Other countries look at us like we're crazy because one of the only countries that operates in that mindset of how the United States did is North Korea. So think about that concept of a bunch of children standing up and pledging to a flag in the morning. That's what Jong-un does. That's what he requires. You will do that.
It's a form of
it's a form of indoctrination.
It is indoctrination.
That's what he's hitting at. It's indoctrination, which is what Korea is based on.
But listen,
that's all he's saying.
Country, but at the end of the day, like say for instance, on the money, they saying they finna take off the money. In God we trust. So
they should.
Why did they do that?
They should.
And why not? Just because you don't believe in God? Just because you don't believe in God, that don't mean that they should change the money.
Everybody doesn't believe in God that lives here. That makes the money. You got people that live in Allah. You got people that live in Allah. Believe in Allah. You got
well, God could be their Allah. God could be their Allah.
Well,
Allah is transformed God.
So why don't you change it to say a higher power? If you want to be inclusive, if you insist on having it on
every sense, but just that type of thinking though. And look at what we done opened up the United States to.
So what if you're not Christian though?
Huh?
What if you're not Christian?
Yeah, I'm not saying that you don't have to be Christians, but I'm saying if you founded something on values and things that was working, but I'm saying that was working.
Really
now,
with the Bible being in school. Go ahead.
Yeah, but now it's like this. We try to make sure that we cater to every single body else that we done brung over here. Okay, we got to be mindful of this and we got to be mindful of that. That's just like when people come to your house, you don't be mindful of the way that they live. When they come to my house, you got to live by my rules. My rules is set in the way
that's the thing in the Constitution. We got the separation of church and state.
Exactly. Supposedly,
and when did they put that in there?
Technically,
that was
It
I
was
mean,
it was
that's the
Alexander
it's,
Hamilton who first broached that subject on that. So it's not technically in there, but
it's
it was
not verbatim
implied.
by those words, but it's
Exactly.
implied.
Exactly. It is implied. I get that. I agree with you on that. But if we're talking about coming into our house, what is our house? This ain't our house. This ain't nobody's house. It's the Native Americans' house. This ain't us. We all
Man, you gonna
visitors. So
be
if we come in
Native
their
Americans
house,
ain't even got no say so no more. I'm
no,
talking about we talking about today or to where it was to where
it's
it was
there.
kind of complete
How
and it made sense, even though the
no, it did make
laws is
sense.
off and there's been some sin. Listen, bro, what do the natives got? Natives got reservations. They don't even got no say so into no nothing unless you build on their land.
They
You
got
got
more
maybe
than
like some
us.
people. I knew some guys who they built like casinos on their land and they get checks like a month. Now they
Absolutely.
rich in that sense, but I'm talking about when it comes to Congress, constitutional rights, and making things move and groove in this country. Natives don't. They don't have no
They
say
don't
so
have
when
to
it comes to
because
stuff
they
like that.
have their area and they have sovereign
But do you see how
jury on
much
their
they
shit.
pushed them down to? So, yeah, they pushed them down to the minute. You dig what I'm saying?
Well,
They
they
spaces is
absolutely
little.
did.
But see,
This is
I
their
get it
house.
because who? Yeah, but
This
I'm
is their
saying they
house.
still don't got as much as what they
So what
supposed
are
to
we
have.
talking about? You're saying that
Oh
people come to
no,
your
no,
We
house,
talking
they need
about
to adapt to you.
yeah.
That's what you said.
But I'm talking about,
That's what
remember
you
what
said.
the things was foundation on, the foundation of
Of
what was
what?
built and when they started building the schools.
Stolen
So
land?
we're not on a reservation going to an
They
Indian
weren't on the
school. We're
reservation
not
either.
on right, but
We
yeah,
are,
shit, most of them, if you go to any place where you see Indian reservations, they got their own laws, they got their own
of
police,
course
they
they
got their
do.
own
Of
thing
course they
going
do.
down.
But
But
guess
I'm
what?
saying in America as a whole,
This wasn't a Puritan country. It wasn't. So if
right.
we talking about coming to somebody's house and operating the way that they do, then we obviously should be
I'm talking
operating
about
like Native
afterwards
Americans.
when they started
When
allowing
do you get
like
to
the Asians to
choose?
come over here and live tax free. When the Irish comes here, I'm talking about, you see all the foreigners that came here after we talking about shit was established and all the benefits that they get, and now it's like, okay, we got to cater to you and cater to how you feel and don't do this and don't do that. You dig what I'm saying?
How do you think
That's
they
what I'm
feel
talking
about
about.
us? How do you think they feel
About
about
what?
us? They feel the same
Who?
way. White people.
Who?
So-called
About what? Black people?
Anglo-Saxon.
No,
Yeah.
Americans. Period. You go over.
No, they feel that way. They feel that way about us. They feel like they
Like
forget
I
the
said, if
fact that we're
you,
not here because we wanted to, but all they see is, which is incorrect, by the way, that we get the most welfare. False, false. We don't. They use the whole 13%. I know you've heard about that, Pook,
yeah,
right?
but we're not the like I said, like you said, we can't get the most. We're not the majority.
But that's what I'm saying. My
I
point,
got you. I'm tracking with you. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
tracking with you.
So what I'm saying is
What's
that,
up, Cuzzo?
What
yo,
up, yo?
we are in no
I gotta
position.
get with you, yo.
We of all people are in no position to say what people um, need to possess to come over here. And if people are
No, I
willing to
ain't gonna
put in
say
the
that. But
work,
I mean, y'all
really,
give you come over here and you got privileges and you know what I mean. Then you got
well,
a
that's a
right to
government
set up and
problem,
do
though.
things that you want to do.
That's
You
not
dig what
their
I'm saying? That's what
problem.
I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, that's not
okay,
their problem. That's a government problem. They're allowing them to do it.
now
I
they see
mean,
what dude and them do was doing with them bombs and you know what I
so
mean and all
what?
that.
Yeah,
They
that's
talking about,
well,
oh, we
okay,
gotta
but
respect this
cool.
and that.
But
I
that
know
was
where they
Saudi
blow up
Arabia, though.
Boston and all that. You dig what I'm
No,
saying? But
so
yeah,
let's talk
see
about
what they
Saudi
did, ran
Arabia.
the airplanes ran the airplanes
Well,
right into
guess
the
what?
World Trade
Guess
Center.
what they did after that? You know what they did? They got all of those people out of there. Osama bin Laden's family as well. They got their ass out of there. They let a ton of his family come here. They got different names now. They let them do that because I mean, it's not about that.
Half of
It's
them live in
never,
Boston.
huh?
Half of them live in Boston.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So they're here. They're here
Where they
if they
blew up
were
the
all
marathon.
about what doesn't, because I mean, it's all about oil. But I don't think we should be upset at people who are trying to do something else. They're not the problem. You know, it's the government. I mean, we just gave a whole bunch of money. I mean, we're funding the hell out of Syria. Why? That's not our
China has to learn
battle.
how to make things. What you say, local Los? I just try to holler at you. Los said something about China.
Yeah.
China has learned how to make things invincible.
Oh,
I
they make
just,
things. No,
you
they
know,
make things. I mean, well, I mean, I don't
Well,
know what he's
yeah,
talking about. He might be. He
90%,
might be a
90%
little
of the
high, but
products in your house that you use is from China.
there's
Good
nothing in this
85%.
house that you don't use that you use that's not from China.
About 85% of everything you touch, you touch a Chinese product at least 10 times
Absolutely,
a day at a minimum. So your
absolutely,
phone you using parts is made in China. This computer we
everything.
doing this podcast on is parts is from China.
Absolutely, the mic we're using.
yeah,
All of that's from China, and that doesn't have
I
anything
know
to
it is
do.
Samsung and all of that.
Well, so I mean,
I just think that the country is weird and it's getting weirder and it's
Oh
about
yes,
to. I
agreed.
think it's gonna crash.
the country
I
has
think it's gonna
always
crash.
no, the country has always been weird.
It's gonna crash.
Is
It's
we
about to
just have more
crash.
knowledge of it, right? So, can you think about when you were a kid, ever hearing about somebody that got killed in Alabama that wasn't related to you?
No, I
Did you,
mean
did you hear about that?
the information is it's so accessible now. It's
Exactly, it
instant. It's
is.
almost instant. Like 'cause think about what happened with dude in Memphis. We wouldn't have heard about that for about 2-3 months. It would have
If at
reached us.
all, if at
Yeah,
all.
if at all. If it would have made the national news, you probably would have seen a little blip on it.
Yeah, so if we're gonna talk about, I mean, going back to the mental health, yeah, this does it. We are bombarded with horrible shit all day long, every day, right? I mean,
You look
nobody
at it, you see it in the
advertises the
news
good
cycle.
things. Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
see it in the
there.
news cycle.
No matter where you go, it's just death, 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 shooting. Somebody is dying. There's a rape here. I mean, that's what you just hear all day long. So I think that goes a
That's
long
what
way when
sells.
we talk about how these
Because
kids are. They grew up on that. We didn't. I mean, we didn't
about
grow up in a world of instant access to
Gratification.
everything that's going on in the world. Everything. We only knew what was going on where we were, if maybe to the state level. Our news was half an hour. They would talk about some small stuff that went on, a little bit of world stuff, do the weather, and then they go away.
Now you got
Now it's
24-hour news stations.
now it's 24 and they run out of things to talk about. So they trying to find everybody's a rapper now, right? Any black
I
dude
got
that
I
gets
got
killed,
my bars.
every black dude that gets killed
listen,
is a rapper, right? I mean, it's like, what?
li-
Dude made a song in his buddy's basement. He is not a rapper.
but listen,
I
I
said,
was I'm gonna tell you something though too.
he
Just
said
on
he ain't
this
a rap.
level, I seen this little girl when we was doing the free haircuts, and she had like all the like learning books and stuff like the ABCs and the one two
Mhm.
threes. They had somebody that was doing that in like rap form, and I'm talking about it was. And this little girl, I think, was like 2 years old, about to be three, and she knew like the words to all of this stuff. And I'm talking about
Well,
they
that's
using
fire.
it to like what I mean, to yeah, to learn. And who else they said was doing that? Was it Ludacris that's doing it?
Well, some
That's got the
people are
kids
saying
books.
it. Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, I think Snoop has some as well. Um,
Snoop, Biz
yeah,
Markie was the first,
but guess
Joe
who's doing
Gabba
it though?
Gabba.
Guess who's doing it? It's the old heads that are doing it. And yeah, I mean, there's no representation of anybody that's under what 43 as far as people trying to give back and do some positive things and get the kids to engage and learn the things that they need to learn. You're not seeing that from anybody younger than that. And if you have, I would like to hear it.
Well, I think that that was kind of dope because
No, I didn't
kids
say it was
listen to
foul.
music and they
I think it's
all
great.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah, because she was on top of it. It was just like she knew all the words to this, and I mean, it was like, dang, like you know, I remember like little bitty songs back in the day, or like little bitty toys that used to say stuff, and it
Wheels
was
on
Hey,
the
never
bus
our
with the
voice.
did
It
you
was
electric
never our voice on it though.
right?
You
But
dig what I'm saying?
did you know
So
the whole
Barney and all
McDonald's?
of that.
on
Did you know the
McDonald's.
whole McDonald's menu? Remember they used to have that on the record?
Yeah, quarter pounder, the little song.
With every
Yeah,
menu
yeah.
item on it. You had that, but then you
Yeah,
also
but
had
back then they
A
had like
E
eight
I O
items.
U. How did you learn your vowels? I learned my vowels early
Hmm.
from A A A E I O U, and sometimes Y. You don't remember that song?
Hey,
No,
conjunction
I don't know.
function. What's
I'm
your
gonna send it to
function?
you, dude. That was that shit. That was fire. I mean,
Yeah,
hey, it's sometimes why that shit stuck with me for my entire
When you
life.
say I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill.
yeah. Cuz just tapped in, but yeah, that's what we was talking about. Cuz on how they doing this Chat GPT, and that's Open AI. the social media is going.
Well,
I
it's
think we already know it's running the world. She
Yeah,
said it's running the world, but at the end of the
absolutely.
day,
see, right now on
it's
the
gonna be it's
government's
gonna be the demise though too.
with that Chat
It's
GPT on the government side, they're trying to shut it down.
you know what though?
It's gonna be
Every
hard, but they trying to
but
trying to shut it
every
down.
generation has been at this point where we're like, this is going to be the demise of us, right? The people who had horses, they thought, you know, what I'm saying Ford was going to be the
No, I,
demise of
I don't.
society. Oh
No,
yeah,
not like
everybody.
today.
No, everybody
No,
is
not to this.
afraid of what
Not
they
to
don't
this degree.
understand.
This Nah, this right here, watch what I'm telling you, bro. I ain't saying just this AI thing, but I'm talking about exactly what they about to create when we used to just think about it like back when you said, what was that, that Max, whatever, remember we seen that movie? We
Mad
thought that
Max,
was like super duper technology. Or the other one, the one with the
Oh,
talking head.
Max Headroom.
Max Headroom,
Right.
one
Okay.
was
So
supposed to be
yeah, we
30,
thought
30
that
seconds, 30
yeah,
seconds to the future.
we right. But now we got people we really got the robots here, and now you signing them the contracts. Now you about to get this robot a deal. And this
Hey,
robot got his own mind. This robot can write. It's like, okay, we too close. It's coming.
but you
Hey,
know
I
you
ain't
what
gonna
the
been
say.
to
thing
it?
But
You been
listen,
is?
to
I
it?
know real quick. I know Pook decision because I think me and Pook was talking when this went down. I was just revisiting this on this situation. The battle between Jay-Z and Nas. Who you got, G Nice?
Ooh,
I
are we
know who you
doing
got, Pook.
errors? Or
Who you got, Pook?
are we doing overall? Or are
No,
we doing
it's
errors? In the
the
battle,
battle.
The
I'm gonna go
battle
The
itself.
Jay.
battle that happened.
I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna go Jay. I mean, you talking about the old
Pook, you
school
went with
one?
Nas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Jay.
the either. Would you go,
Yeah,
Pook?
I went with Nas
Pook
because
with Nas, didn't you?
yes, I went with
Okay,
Nas
explain yourself.
because
yeah. Ether.
you
Yeah.
know
Okay.
the reply to Ether was nasty, but Ether was so strong that nobody really, if you wasn't a real lyricist, you didn't pay attention to the response to Ether because even though Ether wasn't really true, but it was
I'm ashamed of you, Loco. Loco
so
said
much.
Nas.
It was
Yeah.
Jay. Nobody expected Nas to hit like he hit.
But you know what?
It was an unexpected
I
from
think
Nas's caliber.
Somebody took Jay
I
out of
think
his
but you
comfort
know what?
zone and made him angry, and I've
Yeah,
never seen that
But you know
before.
what?
that's the thing.
But at the end of the day, I think that Jay did that to Nas though, because they said Nas had a whole ether verse that they had to tell him you can't say that. So
Yeah.
he had to go back and redo another one. So if it wasn't for Jay poking that man so hard, because I went back and I listened to it the other day, the takeover, and when he gave it to him, dog, it was just like Jay-Z,
Oh, I'm
like
not talking
he
about
really
that.
stuck him.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
I'm talking about Super Ugly.
Oh,
That's what
when
I'm
Jay-Z
talking
did
about.
the super ugly.
That's
Yeah,
what he
he said
got
his
mad.
mom called him.
Exactly.
His mom called him
See,
and said,
that's
hey,
what
So
I'm.
you know
that's
That's
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
what I'm
hitting
talking
at,
about.
G.
He's supposed
The
to talk
That's
battle.
what I'm hitting at
Yeah,
because Super
Yeah.
Ugly came after Ether.
it did. Yeah,
That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. But Ether was so because it was so much out of Nas's character for Nas.
Mhm.
Nobody expected Nas to do that. And when he came out and he hit as hard as he hit, that wasn't Nas's forte.
Yeah, well, he
But
stepped in the
like I
wrong
said,
ring.
it changed. I mean, it was so hard to change.
Jay got
Everybody like, okay,
personal.
like you said, it made Jay uncomfortable. Jay had to actually go in there and do.
No, it pissed his ass off, is what it
That's what I'm
did.
saying. He had to do Super Ugly because if he would have came with anything less than Super Ugly, it wouldn't have mattered. But that's what I said because the
I don't
impact.
I don't think Super Ugly. I don't think Super Ugly was his thing though, because you know why? Because he
Ooh,
went
I don't
out.
know.
He went off his square. Yeah, like I
Nah.
left condoms in
No,
your
but
baby
listen
car
to the
seat. You
lyrical
don't say stuff
content
like
though.
I
that.
know you don't.
You don't say stuff like, you know what I mean? You don't say
lyrical-
stuff like that.
But that
I left
The
means he's
lyrical,
pissed.
how he
That's
did
what
it
that
lyrically,
right.
how he did it, those lyrics of Super Ugly was nasty.
Absolutely.
But like I
But
said,
when he did takeover, when he shitted on Nas, and then Nas came back with either Nas hit with some heavy like bars,
See,
but
but
Jay, when I was listening to him,
Takeover
he
just said.
clowned him like so bad.
See, but
Jay
if
was
you go back
personal
and you
at that
listen to
point.
Takeover, what did he say to Nas on Takeover? Nas don't want to withhold. That's all he said about Nas on
He said,
Takeover.
no, remember
No,
he
he
said
did.
when
He said
Uchi
more.
Wally, he said
Yeah.
he said your boy Braveheart, he said his verse was harder than yours. He said
Hey.
I showed you your first tech on
Tech on the
tour.
tour.
Like
With Large
he
Professor.
said I got your man. I'm
That
talking
wasn't
about man.
that wasn't Takeover.
I know who
That
I
wasn't
think
Takeover.
got Searchlight
No,
Publishing.
Yeah,
Takeover
when
was
he took it, he said you was using it wrong. You made it a hot line. I made it a
That
hard
wasn't-
song. He
that's
said
what
I
they-
know who I paid.
Oh, sir.
That's
you need to go
Takeover,
back.
bro.
Puff.
You got to go back and listen to Takeover. Luke, I just got done listening to
I
it.
just
Luke,
called you Puff. And that might
Luke,
be
where you
valid.
been?
That might be
I
valid.
can't
right
hear
now.
you. Your mic is muted.
You're
Your mic is
dude.
muted, Pook. We can't hear you.
We can't
You out
hear
of here,
you.
Book. We can't listen to you.
We don't hear
Biggie or
you.
Pop?
All
Biggie or
day.
Pop?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
We
Biggie.
can't hear you, Pook. You keep saying stuff. We don't hear
I
you.
know you over here
What
miming.
happened?
He miming. I'm going.
Man, bro, you
I'm
muted your mic.
I'm going Biggie for overall skill set.
Okay. Jodeci or
Now,
Jagged Edge?
what? How dare you?
Jodeci or Jagged Edge?
I don't have to answer that
Jodeci or
question.
Jagged Edge?
You already know.
Who?
Devontae all day. That's I'm team Devontae. Who even wrote that?
I'm going Jagged Edge.
What? Jermaine Dupri? That's what you're
Yeah.
going with? Jagged Edge?
Hold on. Loco Lo said you can't compare the two. Who you talking about? Okay, Nicole said Jagged Edge. Nicole said Biggie.
Oh no.
Los, who you got, Biggie
Not
or
the
Pop?
Jagged Edge.
No, Jagged Edge. They stayed together longer.
How many
And they got
songs?
jams. They play.
How many?
Listen, they
How
got
many
more
do you
jams
know?
than Jodeci got.
How many
Skill set,
songs?
Greg.
Give me
By Nick
5
Cribs.
songs.
She said skill set, Greg. Okay, Pac and
Yes.
Big. You said you can't compare the two. Yeah, I'm saying because they had
She
the
said skill
influence.
set.
Pac did
Explain
influence
it.
the whole coast,
No.
and Big. No, I
Big
think
had
that's a little family.
no.
But I'm saying when
see.
Big dropped, didn't he put the whole East Coast on his back?
The thing with it,
He put the whole
Big.
East
The
Coast on his
reason why I will say this is that skill set. Big would make you go back
Yeah.
and listen to it 20
and
times
think.
to try to
Yeah.
get everything he said. Come on, you knew exactly what Pac was saying immediately. You know,
Pac will
Hey.
get you routed up. Pac will have
well,
you fighting.
yeah, he'll get you rowdy, but
Yeah.
you ain't got to go back and
He'll have you
listen
in a
to
fight.
it again to understand. Oh, mama, can you save me?
Okay.
I smoke weed till I'm high, and I'm gonna die. I'm going to heaven. Is heaven
We're gonna
for a
ride
thug?
tonight.
Is there? Yeah, we gonna ride tonight. Is there heaven for a thug? I mean, come on.
Hey,
Of course,
hold
you
on.
can.
Pac and
That's
Big.
why. That's why.
Okay. So what is Nicole talking about? Are you talking about the storyline on the album? So are you talking about Jagged Edge and Jodeci? Because all right, you know we love Jodeci. Come on, Jodeci was the
Jodeci is
soundtrack for
forever.
a lot
And
of
you
our summer.
disrespectful. And you disrespectful.
Listen, I'm telling you,
How
Jagged
many
Edge got
Jagged
new
Edge-
stuff that's hot right now.
many
Jagged Edge
songs
got
you
more.
know?
Jagged Edge got more songs than Jodeci got.
Name 5 songs from
Boy,
Jagged Edge.
listen,
Right now.
who?
No, you name 5
Promise.
songs.
Listen, Promise. I
Go.
want to get married. I gotta be Lucky Charm. Walked out of heaven. Come on, should I keep going?
Okay.
What's the one that we used to sing? Dang.
No, that was
Is it
Promise.
really meant for us to take a cab or a bus trying to get to where I'm at because we love funny? We end up making love. Tell me what you want. Man, what you want to do? What you want to do for me?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Jodeci
don't
got
know.
jams, but come on, what you want to do
Man,
for me? You know we used to bump that like every day. We bumped that like every day.
We did
out
but
in Americana.
We did, but I can't go that route, man. And I don't know how you, man. Come on, man. You not Team Jodeci now?
Man, are
what
you
the fuck?
Man, Jagged Edge, The Remedy. They still got more stuff like right now. Put a little oomph in it.
I guess I'm behind. I ain't heard a Jagged Edge album since like 2002.
Since 2000, where have you been? Up under a rock? You ain't heard Jagged Edge Part 2? J.E. Heartbreak Part 2?
No.
What? Are you sleeping? And you send me music all the time and you've
I do.
I can't believe you.
What?
All right.
I can't listen to
I got two more for you. And I don't know who you're gonna pick. Hell, the only one that remembers all those songs. Who you talking about? Me, cuz? Listen, Love Come Down from J.E. Heartbreak Part 2. Listen to that number 6. No, all right, here go 2 more. And I know who you're picking. Mary J. Blige or Mariah Carey.
What? That's a dumbass.
You with question. Mariah Carey.
You a damn lie.
You Mariah.
I ain't never
Mariah.
I ain't never owned a Mariah in my life.
Mariah. You Mariah Carey.
Look, remember when I was bootlegging CDs? Like I was making mixtapes and whatnot and bootlegging them. I got the Mariah Carey because everybody wanted it, right? And after I
Loco Los, MJB all day.
After I sold all the copies I thought I was gonna get, I gave away the original. I didn't even want that shit in my CD case. Talk to me about no goddamn Mariah Carey. That's disrespectful as hell. I didn't even want it. I ain't one of my person, sir. I did not want that around me.
R. Kelly or Keith Sweat?
But see,
yeah,
it's different. Though. How do you compare them? Because Keith Sweat song and he did a little bit of production, but a lot of his early shit was off the back of Teddy Riley, right? We know that,
right?
and then he moved on from that. But R. Kelly was always R. Kelly. Now, Keith Sweat, he ain't had inappropriate encounters with children. We get that, so that's kind of like something that's off. But as far as their skill
Nah, we
set,
just,
man,
we going straight music,
we going
straight
straight
singing.
music.
Because reason
All
why,
right,
okay, the
we
reason why I'm
going
asking
singing
you
or we
is
going
because
music?
Keith Sweat is hold on, but listen, Keith Sweat is on concert right now, and everybody's saying that
I know.
Keith Sweat is killing it.
Hmm.
But no, I understand it's a different era. But we talking about as a person who got a lot of albums with a lot of hits,
It's not really a
who hit
different.
harder?
I don't think it's a different era. I mean, because we got to remember, Keith Sweat didn't come out till 1987,
Loco
right?
Los,
And
Loco Los
then,
said Kels.
well, Kells came
I'm
out.
going with Kels.
He came out what? That was 91 when we had with
Mm-hmm.
public
Going
announcement.
into the 90s.
So it's not that much of a difference. Keith Sweat only had 2 albums before R. Kelly did. So it's not that much of a jump, but he did his shit on his own, right? Kells was in there singing the lyrics because he couldn't read them. And he was playing all the instruments, all the arrangements, doing all that shit on his own. Public announcements was just along for the ride for a second, just to get to deal with Jive. And then
They
he
was
was
just in the
like,
car for a few minutes.
I'm out. All right, it's cool. Yeah, they was in the choir for a minute, and he was like, all right, it's a solo number. And it was like, cool. And they was like, nah, forever. And he told them, no, it's forever a solo number. But I'm gonna have to go with R. Kelly, flat out. I love the
Okay.
shit out of Keith
R.
Sweat.
Kelly.
Yeah, I gotta go with Kelly.
He said, Loco said, hit for hit, he going with Kels.
You have to.
J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar?
Ooh. I gotta go Kendrick.
What you say, Loco Los? Keith is out here in Texas looking a damn fool. She's what you said. You seen him at the concert? She said he down in Texas looking a damn fool. But no, he was on stage. I think somebody said he was drunk, and then he came back with a show, and I was watching it on YouTube. He killed it. He had the whole crowd singing,
Man.
"Ooh, baby." You remember that? Give it to me now, girl. You don't remember that?
You know these dudes.
That was a little bit before your time, wasn't it?
Who?
You.
What?
That was when I was in junior high. I was in junior high when that came out. Where was you at?
How much older do you think you are than me?
Like what? 6 years, 5 years?
3, sir.
3. So you
Yeah.
46?
In
I
May.
didn't know that.
In May. I know how old
What
you
I'm
are,
saying,
sir.
though,
I had an
what I'm
ID in
saying-
your name.
like, listen, I'm oh yeah, that's right. But listen, I'm saying that first Keith Sweat, you know what I mean?
Oh, that was that business.
Came out. I want her. You dig what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Remember that? Yeah, that was in like 87. That was my first year in junior high.
Merry-go-round.
Right.
All of that. Yeah.
You was in elementary. You wasn't listening to stuff like that. Was
You a
in
damn lie.
elementary?
I had a mama and I had to clean the house on Saturday. So you know goddamn
Had to
well I
clean up
heard
on
some
Saturday.
goddamn listen to that.
All right, so
Bunch of
between
goddamn
Kendrick
Teddy
Lamar and
Pendergrass.
J. Cole, you going?
I'm
Hold
going
on, we
Kendrick.
got Loco Lo said J. Cole, Nicole said J. Cole. You say Kendrick, K. Dot. Who you say, Pooh?
Kendrick.
Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole.
I go Kendrick.
Well, we can't hear you. What happened to your stuff over there?
I don't know. He over there miming. You need to type it in.
She keeps saying, "I see you back." He's supposed to be back, cuz, but we can't even hear it. Why you go with Kendrick Lamar?
I get J. Cole is solid on some of the wordplay. I just think there is
It's not on us. There's no mic up on here. There's no mic.
Yeah,
thing
it's
on
not
here.
on us. We got our own mics.
Yeah,
But
everybody has their own
I
mic.
think Kendrick's ability to draw a whole narrative together, it's kind of like having the storyline, right? And being able to go through it,
Right.
and it's like a process with it. But Kendrick Lamar, his shit is so intricate. You could sit and analyze 8 bars for probably 15 minutes before you get a full
You too, cuz.
understanding of it. Before you get it.
Okay. Right. Now they both got a album that just dropped like 2 weeks ago together. J. Cole and Kendrick called Millennium's Folklore. I was listening to it. And it's cool because I know why they probably did the project together because bar for bar, J. Cole and Kendrick got them. You dig what I'm saying? And J. Cole ain't slacking on nothing. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely
But
not.
this is the reason why Loco Los, this is the reason why I'm gonna go with Kendrick. Because Kendrick, man, it seemed like every time he drop an album, every time he do something, he reinvent himself and he just step it up a little bit more. You know what I mean? It's like he ain't scared to just try like nothing. You dig what I'm saying? He'll try anything, man. You dig what I'm saying? And he'll make you love it. You dig what I'm saying? Have you heard the one that's on the joint where him and the girl is like, I love you, I hate you, and they
Yeah.
rapping against each other?
Yep.
It's like, man, they was so dope. That was like one of the dopest like duo type things I ever heard somebody do. It was like it was crazy.
What Kendrick is able to accomplish as well is he has the following. J. Cole is still kind of like, you got to be a real hip hop head to even know any J. Cole. And I mean, he's not anywhere else that you're gonna see. Kendrick can get out here,
But he do sell a lot. I mean, as far as he streams a lot. He's getting money.
Oh,
I
J.
didn't know he
Cole
was
is
getting as much money as he
J. Cole.
was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's getting money.
absolutely is. I mean, he's respected. I'm not saying it's not that. Kendrick, and plus Kendrick gives a lot of time in between his, and so it's anticipated what's he gonna come out. And when he does come with like a single or something, he just bang him in the head, and he's like, I'm back on the block, right? I haven't myself felt any anticipation of a J. Cole album.
For J. Cole, you're right about that.
That's
me. I ain't really checking for him, but when I hear that he came, I'm gonna give him a listen.
Me too.
You dig what I'm saying? But I'm not checking for him. I'm gonna listen to him, but I ain't checking for him.
You
I'm
not
like,
waking up
when they say Kendrick coming, like, okay.
I ain't gonna stay up past midnight.
Day, like,
I ain't gonna stay up past midnight, like Thursday night, to see what the new J. Cole album sounds like. I will do so for
man. We done went past 8 o'clock, bro.
Hey man, we way out.
But
We've been out here.
Yeah, I know. I gotta go get my grandson. But listen, I got one more for you though. Lil Wayne or Drake?
Against popular opinion, I'm going to have to say Drake. I'm gonna have to say that.
You think so?
I do. I stand on that.
You stand on that, and give me a reason why you pick dude over Lil Wayne.
For one, you didn't put down the parameters. So when we talk about this,
it ain't no parameter, bro. It's about who you think is the best, Lil Wayne or Drake? Who did it the best? I'm with Nicole. Listen. Me, Loco, Los, and Nicole, we in the same car. We don't know where you at, bro. You were at somewhere else on a whole other planet. But we going with Weezy.
You know what?
Okay, let me give you my opinion first. Then, Weezy, a little kid, came in the game and changed the game. Ever since the Hot Boys, ever since him and Turk was rapping, he ain't slowed down yet. Drake got a good run, and Drake know what he doing. Drake stay hot by jumping with like 21 Savage, doing an album with Future. You dig what I'm saying? So I get it. He's super duper smart. And Lil Wayne, you wish that he would have been, smarter, but he come up under, the thievery that Baby and them did to him. But when it comes to like bars for so long, like, are you serious?
Wayne didn't have bars.
And some of the stuff is weird to me. Some of the stuff is weird. But
Wayne didn't have bars. Wayne didn't have bars until the Carter.
No.
What bar?
He even had a flow in the delivery, but I'm talking about the flow and delivery that he was giving you even on Juvenile 400 Degrees back when the first stuff was out. You dig what I'm saying? Even as a little kid, for him to be rapping like that, I say when the Carter dropped, that's when he let you know, like, bro, I'm here. You dig what I'm saying?
No choice.
But at the end of the day,
what I will give him on 400 Degrees, his verse on oh no, I'm sorry. Next album.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it was second Juvie G Code album. When he had his verse on G Code, I was like, okay, I fucks with that. But he wasn't that. I mean, he was right up there with BG, and BG wouldn't talk about shit. We know that. And Turk, I don't even know why he was around. He was a weed carrier.
But listen, hey, Loco. Loco said you crazy, boy. Listen, Lil Wayne been
he's a weed carrier.
Yeah, he was a weed carrier.
Turk was all right though. Turk and them, you know what? They delivery and for what they brought to the table during the time.
I bet you don't know
Master
a single.
was doing anything from the South.
Hey, Turk was
you don't know a single goddamn Turk verse.
Turk was a single
Turk verse.
Yeah.
If I listen to it, I can tell you.
No, go.
It's been so long since he dropped. I don't listen to their music.
I know,
right
like
now.
decades.
But I'm talking about. But during the time when they was out here, we cut up dope to it like every day, like
of course. But they were on the back of.
They was decent.
They were on the back of Juvie. Juvie carried that ship. Juvie is the reason why they went with Universal. Juvie 400 Degrees is what they promised, for the Universal deal.
Yeah, but BG though too. BG too. Cash Money is an army, maybe a navy. Come
Well,
on,
yeah, he
BG
got
was
it.
doing this thing too.
He was for
Yeah,
a
he was
second,
there.
but then he started treating his veins, and then that changed the game for him.
Yeah, but see, there you go, bringing up the past, bringing up his,
Oh, well,
the
then
bad.
So
we
he's right
talking about
there.
the past.
We're talking about Wayne and Drake. We're talking about Wayne and Drake. Don't
Well,
start bringing up
Wayne
the bad
kind
stuff.
of grew into his style because when he
I
first started,
agree.
he was Trey Garbage. When he first started, but then you got to look at it. He was a kid though. He was like what 13, 14 years old.
Yeah,
so
he wasn't.
you can't really count that. But he don't say some shit that
His
didn't make
delivery
sense.
was dope though. His delivery was dope. And the way that he can record his voice at a young age as a 13-year-old
I
kid.
respect that.
You come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, his delivery,
I gotta give props to that. And then nobody write his rap though. Nobody
yeah, but
wrote
like,
that
that's
boy
what I'm
rap.
saying. But what you expect from somebody that young? No, you can't expect him to
and I don't
be AZ or somebody. But over the years, he stepped his game up.
Well, he absolutely did. I mean, I will say, I feel like Wayne.
He had some help though.
But on that last one though, I mean, when he ran,
no, I'm talking about as far as his writing style, on how to structure songs. Because he had Gilly kind of helped him on how he did it, how he was to craft it. I'm not like saying he wrote for him, but he kind of gave him some points.
Exactly. The thing that impressed me, I will admit, Can't Be Broken. He completely obliterated that first verse, and the second one wasn't far behind. So I will give Wayne that. But I think a lot of people sleep on Drake because all that's publicized with him is, when he crying about how he don't have a girlfriend and shit like that.
Hey, what do you say? That Lover Boy was straight elevated music.
The same thing though.
Huh?
He really keeps saying the same thing though.
But no, you got to dig deeper. I mean, check out Underground Kings. I mean,
yeah, he can rap.
He got bars. Come on now, he get busy when he want to. I mean,
when he off that sentimental shit, he gets busy.
Yeah, when the sun come out and whatnot, he'd be good. But other than that, he's been there crying and getting all kinds of tears on his screen because he's been going through Tinder and nobody want him supposedly. Like, stop fronting, Drake. You out here whining? How you
say he on
whining?
Tinder?
He ain't hurting. He ain't hurting at all out here.
You say your man on Tinder? Your man out here on Tinder?
Hey, he go on Tinder. Hey, they like, there's a riot out here. Like they know where you are now. Yeah,
they swipe left. I don't know.
I mean, he doing that strictly for the chicks.
I gotta go get my dude from basketball practice.
So,
y'all can stay on. I'll leave y'all alone. Y'all gonna talk?
Well, honestly, I think it's about time to shut it down anyway. But yeah, everybody, thanks for tuning in. B.A.R.E loves you. Pook might love you. I don't.
Pook, you love him at all? Do you love anybody, Pook? Pook got a heart, man.
Hey,
you just
I'm not playing the reindeer game, man.
You're not playing it.
I got love for everybody. I got love for
exactly.
What Mac 10 said.
You love your wife, don't you? You love your wife? You love your kids? You just don't love these people that's watching you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it like Mac 10. I fuck with those who fuck with me.
You said a lot of the time. What do you mean by that? You love your kids sometimes? Like, there's sometimes some days.
Sometimes you hate fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Sometimes you hate these motherfuckers, right? I mean, come on now, be honest. Be honest, you be mad at the motherfucker. You're like, fuck these kids. Like, there's some bullshit right there. I don't understand why. How did you have a bowl and there's so many goddamn cornflakes on the floor? Like,
somebody already just tapped in and said you are out of order.
Nikki.
All right, man. I love
Nikki,
y'all.
Come on.
I love y'all. God bless y'all. We grown, man. Right. I'll be back tomorrow with Love versus Hate.